You call me a fruit and you a braid my hair.
Right.
That's crazy.
You fruit, I'm about to braid your shit. What?
That's the whole process though.
Whoa.
All right. Welcome to the Jukebox. I'm your host, Brandon. This is Cameron. We are joined by Kenny, Travis, and Kamari. And today we are talking about Section.80 by Kendrick Lamar.
Power.
Kendrick Lamar.
So, first things first. How did y'all feel about the album? What did y'all rate it?
Oh, I've been waiting to say this. Oh, man. I didn't like it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did not like that album. I did not like it. I think it got, it went from being, it jumped around a lot. It went from being, okay, then it was like, okay, I see what you're trying to do. Then it was like, dropped straight down. I thought it sucked for a little minute. And then it was like, near the end, it got good again. I think I wasn't feeling most of that album. Not even gonna lie to you.
I should deserve my feelings.
Yeah, it's fair judgment.
I disagree.
Completely.
Like y'all are fried. Like you're the only sober people I know that can be this fried.
That's what I mean.
Straight edge and
I'm just waiting on the different songs. What's on my song? Because there's a few. The beats.
The beats are there.
No, they were not there.
No, they are there.
They were not
fried.
there. They were not there. There was it chapter 10?
I don't
I think that's an interlude. That is
No, I'm just
13
saying.
seconds of song.
I'm just saying. There's a few where I was like, this is not.
10, that shit
this
right
is not-
there. Like, you did not just base the whole album.
No, I'm just saying stuff like that. It was like.
A kid verse.
There's a few of them I was like, it just didn't sound pleasing to the ear.
My thing is, some of them didn't translate what I thought they were going to be. I didn't hate it, but I rated it like a 6 or 7. It wasn't nowhere near my favorite Kendrick album.
That might be my least favorite.
It is my least favorite. But when I listened to the first song, I was like, I heard the beat coming in. I was like, okay, this is about to be fire. And then it didn't go to where I thought the beat was going to go.
Exactly.
And then it was just like, I didn't hate the song. I like Fuck Ethnicity, but it was like, I thought it was going to be totally different. But I like the way some of the songs flow. I like the way the flow of it goes. But I agree with him at a point. It's kind of like some of the songs like I can do without.
So are we going down song for song now?
No, not just yet.
Okay.
But it's just like how we feel overall about it.
Oh, I give it an
loved
8.
it.
8 out of 10.
An 8.
Yeah.
I'm with Brandon. I'll probably get around a 5 or a 6 for the whole album.
I give it a 6. I don't give it an 8. I feel like there's a lot of room for improvement for it to get 8.
It hurt me because I love Kendrick Lamar, but I wasn't feeling this album.
For sure.
That's another reason why I give it an 8. It didn't. I mean, not an 8. Like I give it a 6. It didn't stick with me for real. Like I had to go back and listen to it like 2.5 times. I had to be like, not every song I remember enough to even do this. So it was like I wanted to make sure as every time a song was fresh in my mind. So it was like even up until the point where we were recording it, I was listening to this album because it was like I had to keep running it back to remember some of the songs.
To be fair, this is how I became a Kendrick fan, was through this album. I found Kendrick during this time.
Mm-hmm. This is when my brother introduced me to Kendrick, and this was the album that he introduced me to.
I feel like if I had listened to him more in this time period, it probably would have fit better.
A lot of these, I didn't listen to this album all the way through back then, but a lot of these songs.
I'm not gonna lie. I used to listen to a Good Kid, Mad City, but I was just like,
I had heard some of these, but it was like Good Kid, Mad City was making me a fan. But I had heard like ADHD and what's it called before, and Rick and Morty. So it's like, so I had already known some of the songs. Yeah, so I had already known most of these songs. It was just like having it straight through is different. But y'all have any like personal attachments, personal feelings about this album? What's the mood y'all get from it, stuff like that?
Yeah, like my brother thing for me.
Yeah, like to me it just showed me like what a lyricist he is, because of him being like, if you listen to it, like the whole point of the album is to tell multiple stories
Yeah.
that all connect and correlate.
That's what I was just
Which
about
is
to
why
say.
like everybody gives him like Good Kid, Mad City is this great album because it's a story album from beginning to, but like he already did that with Section.80, like,
Yeah,
and he didn't just tell his story, he told 4 or 5 people's story.
Yeah,
And that's actually what he's talking about in Sing About Me, I'm Dying of Thirst.
I was gonna say that's my
It's
favorite
all-
song is referencing that. Is what's it called?
Keisha song.
Keisha song.
Yeah.
That's my favorite one on the album. That I didn't
Keisha
already
song.
know.
Keisha song is one of my
Keisha
favorite
song.
Kendrick songs ever.
Keisha song is the best song on here to me.
that's the second best track to me. I thought that song was fire though. I thought Keisha's song was
Yeah,
fire.
that was a great
That
song.
song.
I like Tammy's song better.
I didn't like Tammy's song.
Tammy's song was
I used
weak to me.
love Tammy's song back in the day.
I thought it was
That was the Keisha song.
That's the one I couldn't wait to talk about. Tammy's
Right.
song
Tammy's
was
song
terrible.
is the one where he's like, fuck these other.
Yeah.
Down.
Oh my god.
I enjoyed
the
that
story.
one though.
I hated
I think
that.
it's-
song.
It was good. I'm not saying it's bad.
I'm not a fan
I was
of
like,
that
let me
song.
go ahead now.
I'm not a fan of that
He
song, but
told
it's
a good
like,
story in that song.
I feel like it
Right? Like I
I thought it was clever.
it was clever. I like the ending because it's like fuck these other bitches. I like that part, but because I was
I like it when they started saying fuck bitches. Okay.
Exactly.
When it's fuck these niggas, I ain't with that shit.
it was a switch up at the end because I was like, it became like kind of goofier. Like you can see him laughing and stuff, and I was like, all right, like he's having fun with it at this point. But at first it was just like I wasn't feeling it, to be honest. It was just like it wasn't
So
overall as a song. I wasn't feeling that one. But I get what he's doing with the album. So, but where do y'all think this compares amongst his other albums? Like I said, I think
That's
this
weakest.
might be his weakest, next to Untitled and Unmastered. I think this.
Untitled Unmastered is his
This
weakest
is-
album.
Are
you guys keeping Overly Dedicated
both
in
of
there?
those are better than that. What's it called? Whatever. I don't even know what the fuck it's called.
Some Butterfly?
Yeah, that one was awful.
I don't think that one's awful.
that one, I think this is worse than the Pimp a Butterfly, for real.
Oh, I disagree with that.
I think it goes. I think it goes.
Because I remember listening to Pimp a Butterfly, and I was like, I love you,
wasn't really
Kendrick,
feeling
but this is
Yeah.
this
I
is
wasn't feeling
weird.
that one. It goes to me. It goes Section 80 to Pimp a Butterfly, then it's Good Kid, Mad City, then Down.
Okay, so hold on. You're leaving out Untitled Unmastered.
I've
and
never
you're
heard-
leaving out
I've never heard
Overly
of it.
Dedicated.
I
Okay.
have Untitled and Unmastered at the very bottom.
It's to me. It's okay. So it's Untitled Unmastered, Overly Dedicated,
Yeah,
Good Kid, Mad City.
it's a whale
Can't
outside.
you?
So Good
Say
Kid, Mad
Rory out
City,
there acting up.
Pimp a Butterfly, Section 80, Damn.
So you think Section 80 is his second best one
Yes.
ever? I highly disagree with that. I think Section 80 is like, well, for best I have Big Kid, Mad City. That's just my favorite.
I don't fuck with that
Then I
album
have
as
Damn.
much as everybody else does.
I like
I
Good
love
Kid, Mad
Good
City.
Kid, Mad
I love Good Kid. That's my favorite. But then I have Damn. Then I have Pimp Butterfly. Then this. But they're like interchangeable at this point.
Ours is the same, but it's like the top two is switched.
Like if anyone brings up, oh, we're gonna listen to Pimp Butterfly, I'm gonna say no.
Shout out to Sledge. He thinks it's the best one.
I enjoyed Pimp a Butterfly.
I disagree. That's definitely not his
Yeah,
best.
no.
Amongst the main ones, like the big three everyone talks about, Pimp Butterfly, Damn, and Good Kid, Mad City. That's definitely the worst one.
I disagree.
It's Pimp Butterfly.
He ain't even
But it was also very experimental, so it was like I don't hold that against him as much. This is more lyrical, and this is like I think this is like the end of the boom bap era, where people were like the lyrics were the most important thing in music, to where it started to just become about the mood and the feel.
Also, you gotta think about that is that Section 80 was Kendrick was still very much still a backpack rapper.
Yeah.
He was. This was Top Dog
This is
only.
2011.
There was no
That's
Dr.
my-
Dre at this point. There was no
That's
like.
my thing. I like backpack music, and
Yeah.
I didn't feel this one.
Okay,
Exactly.
it was in the garage.
Like, they were in
Yeah.
Top Dog's garage, exactly. Like
That's
not
what
filming
I'm
the album, but
saying.
recording the album.
2011, in somebody's one-bedroom studio apartment in Compton, and this nigga's just rapping. That's why a lot of like when you say like the beats and stuff, that's why a lot of that you can't really put him at fault for, because
And
his homeboy that stays in the motherfucking pallet next to him made that beat.
I would say that's
It's
like
not
that's
like
like me
Dr.
dropping an
Dre
album
made
and
that shit.
Can mix my beats for me. Like,
Yeah,
that's-
No, I feel you on
and
that.
that's
but
why I do fuck with beats,
as
because
a
it's
whole,
grimy.
Yeah,
but as a
it's
whole,
raw.
I feel like this album isn't a replayable album. I wouldn't go back and listen to this.
You're
Really?
all the way
I feel
fried.
like you're smoking something.
I would
That's
not.
wild.
I would not.
All the way fried.
Like I can go back.
Like
I can go back and listen to Damn and Good Kid, Mad City, but like this one, I'll be like, I heard it the one time, like I'm good. Like
I would
heard.
listen to songs again. I'm not listening to this whole album. front
There's
to back.
I'm not listening.
There was
to any
3 songs I
album
would
front to
pull
back.
from it and then be like, okay.
I listen to plenty of albums
There's-
front to back.
There's
This
not
isn't
many
one of those
albums that I just straight up listen to front to back. There are always going to be songs where I just don't.
I can listen to Good Kid, Mad
Yeah, I
City.
would
I
agree
still
with that,
skip
yeah.
like 1 or 2. But I can listen to Good Kid, Mad City damn near front to back. It's just fine.
It's almost the same with this. It's only like.
But for me, I'm not.
There
listening
was
to
wasn't it
songs.
16 tracks?
There's like 5 songs I would listen
16.
Yeah,
I would
that's
Oh, that's right. That's
Like the
that.
Absol
Spiteful
outro,
Champion.
that shit,
I
Absol
listened to
didn't
that
even
too.
need to have a song on there, honestly.
to. I liked it because it was more poetic, but it was
I
like
don't know, that shit was garbage.
Which one? Which one?
I chose outro.
That shit.
I thought that shit was fire.
I said
I
I
like
like
that.
that.
Hold on.
Gosh, bro.
I thought
completely
Absol's
confused.
part was
I felt
garbage.
Like,
I thought Absol had the best
And
verse
then-
on the
and
entire
Are you
thing.
serious?
Yeah.
The way-
And then
the
when
way-
Kendrick
I
came
wouldn't
in,
say the entire thing.
because I rated it, because I forgot
it.
Kendrick had a verse at the end, and I rated it, I was like, I hate this fucking song. And then Kendrick's verse came out, I was like, nah, fuck
Bro,
with this.
the same way I
Put this
feel
back up.
about that outro and on the Carter 3s, the same way I feel about that damn Absol
that's-
verse.
that's
I
hate.
felt
Thank
like that
you.
nigga was
Just talking. Thank you.
Just
That
fucking
nigga was snapping
talking.
me. I was like, okay.
That's
I thought he was
that.
snapping.
But that's why
I was
that's my
like-
thing with Absol. I think honestly, I think that's why Absol's not really ever blown up past being Kendrick Lamar's friend,
Exactly.
is because all of his verses sound like he's just rapping or they're just talking. I mean, like
they're
I
all
enjoy
extensively
Absol.
long.
I like
Absol
Absol too,
is
but like
cold.
he's not
I thought it
blow
was
up.
lyrically one of the best ones.
It's
He's
like
never
all
blow
the
up.
Absol verses I like are the short Absol verses. When he
Same.
starts to get extensive, that's when it's like you're ramping.
I think the only like extended,
Because it's too much for
extended
too much for
thing.
your mind.
Right,
Too
okay,
much
let's
for
listen.
it.
not what it is.
Fuck off.
It's too much. You're like,
dozing
His
off,
voice is
bro.
so
Like,
soothing, bro.
exactly.
That's why I said I was saying he has a
Going to
smooth
sleep.
voice.
Yeah, it's
And my thing-
smooth and he be spitting.
I think-
Yeah, that's fine. Let him rap y'all to sleep. I don't
I
fucking
think,
like Absol.
on contrary to what you said about Carter 3, I think this is a, not perfect, but this is a great ending to encapsulate what the entire album's about. To have Absol come in and kind of wrap it all up. It's like, this is the theme. I think it was a good fit. Like, I think that verse came in at a great time.
But High Power still.
I would say it's not even the last
It is,
song.
but it's the outro. Technically, like that's like damn near the what's it called?
That's the after credit scene.
Yeah, that's like the at the end of the Avengers.
But
when
I
you
would-
see,
Yeah.
You see the Hulk pull up, like, oh,
Yeah.
Hulk's coming?
I would have been way more just pleased if that was just the outro, because even with High Power being the outro without Absol's outro, it ties all back to the first song.
It does.
Absol killed that shit.
He shouts
He
out
had-
Power
he had me right
3
there.
or 4 times.
To snap when you be in
And-
a
and-
little
I
and-
don't
and-
want I was like,
I don't want to listen to a rap song and have to snap my fucking fingers
Exactly.
because you're fucking.
I feel
I
that.
do.
You're
I
doing
was like-
slam poetry on the fucking beat. I don't.
He
want
killed
It's
it.
poetry. This whole album is
like-
poetry.
You like this.
I just talking
That's
about
what
the
this
stories.
is.
No, it's not because there's a difference between rapping and poetry.
And
that's
it
what
was
it-
like-
Absol's just fucking talking.
It
Let
was
me
like
tell
the
you, there's a
beat
very
just-
blurred line.
just-
It's
It
like
is. It is.
I think
Because at the end of the day,
that
that's
rap
what
is
Kendrick
very.
is.
I'm about to say
That's
Kendrick.
what back
When you hear that nigga speak, he
There was-
sounds like he's rapping.
There was jazz
You be
playing
like,
3/4
yeah,
of his entire album.
Hey, there ain't nothing wrong with jazz, bro.
What you mean?
I ain't snapping to it just because there's jazz.
Exactly.
That's
The fuck
point.
out of here.
But it's
Right?
how,
Shut
but
the-
it's how I think Kendrick raps like a poet too.
That's what I'm saying. That's what
I feel
it
like
is.
a lot of his fucking bars and shit, he could just stand up and speak over a
That's-
beat, and
But
we
he
would be
keeps
like,
entertained
uh-oh.
while he's doing it.
No.
He doesn't keep the same exact vocal.
I was gonna say, his
Switches
voice
up his
changes
voice, he
75
switches up his-
times.
Like a
That's
poet.
cool, but that's what I'm saying.
That's
That's what
cool.
poet. But no, I'm saying, but that's what poetry
Okay,
is. though.
okay, you're right. If you're gonna say that's a poet, then fine. Absol's not even a fucking poet then. He's just sitting here. He's just talking.
He's just
He's
You're
a
going,
speaker.
you're going to get your own point, though,
he's a-
without even realizing it. I'm trying to let you know, like, that's what, like, when you go to them little coffee clubs and, like, in the bar, like, in the little basement area, it's like, but it's
Okay,
just- then
I'm
they tell you
aware
how
of
I
what
feel
you're
in my
saying.
Go to
mind.
that
Let me
speakeasy,
say- But I'm saying that's what it is. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what it is, though. That's what Kendrick is, just because his voice is, all my life I had to fight. They're like, just because he does that doesn't mean he's still not doing that. It's just his voice is different. Absol has that mindset.
Y'all
where
feel
he's-
different
That's
about
still doesn't
Absol.
change the fact that that
I was
outro
gonna
was
say,
trash.
you're sitting here,
I thought it
you're
was fine.
arguing back and forth. We're all saying the same thing, but at the end of the day, all I'm saying is Kendrick Lamar and Absol can have the same rap style, but Kendrick Lamar changes his how he says it, how he does stuff to make it entertaining. Absol does not.
At all.
Absol is monotone and just talks.
Y'all feel different about Kendrick as an artist, not a rapper. That's what it sounds like to me. Y'all feel like he's a better artist overall than Absol. which is
Yes,
fine.
I think
But
Absol's got bars.
Honestly,
He's
I
definitely
don't-
a poet when it comes down
Yeah,
to it.
that's
It's
what I'm saying.
not saying like he's not a poet. That
Honestly,
nigga
comparing
is.
the two means nothing. It has nothing to do with the fact that Absol did not deliver what he needed to deliver in that outro. The nigga gave the same exact flow the whole what. And this is a long song. This is a 5-minute song, and Kendrick didn't come into the last minute. So that's 4 minutes of Absol doing the exact same thing. You might as well be Lil Wayne talking to me.
That means nothing when Too Short's been around
What
for
you
30
mean?
years.
That's too
He-
short.
he-
Why are you bringing in Too Short?
No, I'm
Yeah,
just saying.
we're talking Absol and
There's
Kendrick.
people,
Fuck out of here
people
with
out there
that
like
Too
the
Short.
baby who does the same.
No, I
flow
don't
entire-
listen to the baby.
Yeah, great
Act
people that I
I'm
listen
here.
to, like,
You
that's
act
what
like
I'm
you
saying.
see me in my car.
But that's what I'm
I'm
saying,
Too
you saying-
Short. I know every
I'm
Too
saying-
Short song that everyone knows.
I understand it, but not everybody. Not everybody switches.
I
the-
don't even know what those.
No, people switching the flow up is not a thing like everybody does though. I feel like that's what I'm saying. Like not everybody switches the flow up.
But
That's what- that's
fine.
what- that's-
Some people
that's
have their
what-
own
fine.
sound.
That's fine when you're gonna do a verse that is short. When you're rapping for 4 minutes, you don't need to be giving me the same thing every
Also-
verse. And there's
I-
no
I-
If you're
words.
getting
Some people have whole albums like.
if you're
that.
rapping an
It's a
album,
shit
if you're
movie.
rapping an album up for a rapper who can be considered the greatest rapper to ever live, you can't do that. You can't do fucking 4 or 5 minutes of just talking.
I feel you on that, but I'm saying you got people like Snoop Dogg who's been doing that forever, and people got to.
I don't care. Fuck him too.
That's
Fuck,
what I'm saying, that's what I'm saying,
fuck
but-
Snoop Dogg. Fuck Lil Wayne. Fuck Absol. Fuck the baby.
Wait,
Fuck
why
Too
you-
Short.
why
Fuck them
you-
all.
why-
With Snoop Dogg,
Damn.
when Snoop Dogg,
Because he's pissing me off
verses-
now.
Snoop Dogg's verses will have the same flow, but at least he throws a chorus in there, a fire one at that.
and he sings like he does other things.
I don't know. I didn't.
Y'all talking about a feature.
Moving past
We don't get a
that.
4-minute feature. That's a whole song, motherfucker.
This is Absol's song at this point. 4 minutes.
Moving past that.
4 fucking
What do
minutes.
y'all think is the best beat on this album?
Best beat.
Oh,
Best
chapter
beat on
I
this.
wasn't.
I didn't keep
Yeah, I
track
didn't
of the
keep
chapter.
track.
Chapter 6.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for
I
the
was
best
Chapter
beat.
6 didn't have
I
a
wasn't
fire
really
beat
doing
though.
Chapter 6.
Best beat on if we're going back, I'm saying it's still Rick and Mortis. Rick and Mortis is the smooth.
I was going to say rigor mortis, but I think that I was only going to say that because that's a beat that I know.
Yeah, I was
for
gonna say
sure
that I know
love.
that.
Kind of, but at the same time, Rick and Mortis is still the best beat to me. On the album. That's the only beat that like highlight. It's like you can damn near like the beat it pops out and you're like I remember this beat just as much as I remember the lyrics in the
Yes.
song.
I
But-
still say chapter 6.
Sit on top of that, what do y'all think the best
I just
hook
had
is?
to,
What,
just had to tap it real quick.
The best
I was
hook?
Chapter 6.
This is nice.
what do y'all think the best hook is? The best chorus on this album?
Still chapter 6.
Well, what is the
Riding with them boys and girls and we're high. All we want to do is have a good time. And there was some other stuff he said. Until we're 21.
He said.
I don't know.
Let's look up there.
Because a lot of the songs really don't have a chorus, unless you want to count.
A lot of them have choruses.
Blow My High too is a
like No Makeup as a chorus.
I don't remember. What it's
ADHD,
called.
I like that chorus.
Because I like
ADHD's chorus.
Ronald Reagan era.
Ronald Reagan is probably
Oh
the
yeah,
first
yeah,
song.
that
was
was has
good.
the best chorus.
That's my favorite song.
I was about to say, like I said,
Ronald
there's-
Reagan era.
Yeah,
Ronald Reagan era. That's what I said. Ronald Reagan era.
That's my
is
first song on the
up
album. Then Keisha's song is.
For some reason,
I
that
don't
shit
know.
just got me hyped.
Yeah, it's whoopie whoop.
He came in with that, I said, damn, my shoulders.
Spiteful Chant. That's my favorite.
Ooh.
Yeah, bro, they didn't have
Is
that
it?
one on Apple Music, but that's one of my favorite too.
Yeah, they didn't have. I had to look
That
up
was
on YouTube.
that was
to
probably
listen
one
to
of my least favorite songs.
it. Get the fuck out of here.
I said,
Hey,
I have a top three. I have a top three.
We
Ronald
don't
Reagan
have an
era.
opinion here.
That's one of my
No, you're
favorites.
wrong.
I said Ronald Reagan era, Poor Man's Dream, and Keisha's
Poor Man's
song.
Dream is. You said those are your worst songs?
No, those are my favorite songs on the album. Those are my 3 favorite songs.
What was the first one then?
Ronald Reagan era.
Oh, okay.
That's my
And then
favorite.
Poor Man's
What's
Dream.
your bottom 3?
Tammy's song was
I agree. Tammy's song is.
and then Spiteful Chant.
No.
I think.
Yeah, that was it. And I think those are like the worst songs to me.
I think Tammy's song. I think
Cushion
Chapter
Caribbean.
10.
Bro.
and yeah, I don't even remember.
Tammy's
what
song, I was
was.
waiting for that shit then. I was like, bro,
I like
please.
Cushion
I
Caribbean.
like BJ, the Chicago Kids fucking whole part in that.
Oh, I like Hold Up too. I felt with that. Hold Up is one of my first ones too. I think Hold Up has a great transition into ADHD as well. Like I think that's one of the best part about it is how it flows straight into ADHD.
Chapter 10, I think that's one of the songs I said.
That's one that was
Chapter
like a minute long, and
I would say Chapter 6 and Chapter 10 are interludes, so I don't really like.
It's on
They're
there.
ranked low.
Yeah, I was about to say,
No, I'm here for
I
it.
was gonna say,
I'm here
I
for
was,
it.
is ranked.
I was gonna say I've got those are the 2 lowest ranked songs on here, and then Fuck Your Ethnicity.
I did not like
Okay,
Chapter 10.
I decent like Fuck Us but not enough to be like.
I mean,
Yeah.
all of these, like the lowest I gave a song on here is 6 out of 10. Like that's pretty fucking good.
I think I can go lower. But
I definitely went
so
lower.
I can go lower
Tammy's
for
song
that.
I got a hot 2 for me.
Jesus.
Nah, because like I said,
Wow,
Kendrick,
I enjoy
if
it.
it was
I
just
did not
Absol for me, yeah,
enough for you?
yeah.
I did not
I really like that Kendrick verse. Like,
Okay, so we gotta talk about how you feel about Fuck Your Ethnicity. Some of us like it, some of us don't like it. But then next song on there is Hold Up. How y'all feel about that one overall?
it was above average. It wasn't the best
enjoyed
song on the album,
That was
but
cool.
it was.
I like it.
I was.
I think this is
I
like
always
that.
enjoy Hold Up.
This is also one of the songs that encapsulates that era for me. It's like this is that era of Kendrick. This is like the type of product he comes up with. Like that's like if someone was like, tell me how 2012 Kendrick or 2011 Kendrick was. This is the song I would pull up for them. I wouldn't pull up ADHD or even the hits on it. I'll be like, this is like what you would hear from him.
I would have pulled up Rick Mortis.
Next
Yeah,
song with
That
flow
was
into
the first song I've
ADHD.
ever heard of it.
So ADHD's name?
Yeah, next song's ADHD.
Yeah, that was good.
I like ADHD.
I like ADHD.
I like it. That's
Fire song.
it's really all I'm saying
Classic.
about that. Yeah, I'm like it was.
I said some of the songs was like, okay, this is cool.
It
But that was
reminds me
really it. I really didn't.
ADHD is really good.
It reminds me
I
of
don't
Saints
know
Row.
something.
I think it was on like Saints Row 4. It reminds me of like that game.
It's one of them.
It probably is. GTA and Saints Row have some of the same songs sometimes. No Makeup's the next song. I like No Makeup.
I fucked with No Makeup heavy.
In the beginning, I didn't like it how it started.
That's
but
how I was.
I like what it became, and then and even how it ended, I was like, okay, like
That's how I feel about
it was a good.
It was an almost.
I think it was
skippable
Ronald Reagan
song
era?
for me.
Ronald Reagan era. I didn't like the intro, but I like the rest of it.
Like, but for No Makeup, I was, as soon as the whole like rock part of it came up, I was just like, This got a weird flavor. I don't know if I like
It's
it.
an acquired taste.
But then as the song went on, I was like, oh, you know what? This is actually pretty nice. Like, I can rock with it, I think. Like it's cool. Kendrick came in and I was like, yeah, I like this song. I didn't think I would, but I like it.
Next one is Tammy's song.
Oof.
We already addressed our
I think it's a banger.
I do too.
I love it.
It's a great song.
Yeah, I like that song.
If I delete this song,
It's as good as any song on
the
this album.
I listened to back in the day. It's a classic for me.
I
The
was
story
thinking
was this is a great story.
I think Chapter 6. I remember liking Chapter 6.
Chapter
I
6 was
remember-
good. It was just short and didn't.
Yeah,
it
it
was
used to be longer.
Yeah, it wasn't one
consequential. You know what I mean? Like if we took it out, I wouldn't be mad about it.
I would.
That's one I would
It's
have
like a
to listen
minute
to
long.
again
I
and be like,
can't be
remember.
mad about a minute long
You can be.
section of the. Actually, you know what? I can be because I'd be mad if that minute long Kendrick verse was off that album.
Exactly.
Annoyed.
Ronald Reagan era is the next one, which is probably my favorite.
One of
I
the
think-
best songs on
Probably
the
that Reagan era is.
One of the
I
best
think that's
songs
one of
on
the
the
best.
album.
Yeah, it's in my top 3.
Overall, that's one of the best songs.
I give it a 9 out of
And
10.
Absol did his thing on the ad libs. Nigga did something right.
I was a weak intro, but I think the song was fire.
Leave Absol.
I like Absol. Y'all
Yeah,
got pissed me off with hyping them up so much.
Literally.
Like,
The
Oh,
fact
right.
that you said that verse.
We're not hyping them up. We're just y'all
Right,
hyping them
I'm
down.
about to
That's
say,
the
I'm about to
thing.
say, it's the fact that
Yeah.
y'all like,
I put that
nigga.
verse
I'm
down.
like, damn.
I'm not saying anything about Absol.
He literally
You literally
said
said,
Absol.
y'all, you said,
I'm
fuck
saying
Absol.
that verse was fucking
He
garbage.
literally didn't say fuck out.
I also said fuck
I
Snoop
know
Dogg. I
he
like
said
Snoop
fuck
Dogg.
Absol. I said that verse was garbage. I said that verse was terrible.
I ain't talking what you said. I'm talking what he said. I was
He
addressing
said
that.
fuck
Hey,
Absol.
hey, and
Absol
I said it too. That's
I have
fine.
Absol verses I like, but fuck that one.
Y'all pushed me over the edge.
Take ownership of your.
Oh, still fuck him.
I don't really. I think I remember that one, but I didn't remember liking it.
Well, what is this?
Poor Man's Dreams. I don't remember liking that one.
I like that one. That
It was
was
probably just like a.
That one was good.
Home Man's Dream was real smooth.
I never heard that one.
And it reminded me of like an old like '90s song.
This
was
feels
just
like a California album.
I don't even know. How, I
And
don't
that's
know
what
how
I
to
fuck
explain
with it for. Like,
Uh,
I love California rap.
You say
it.
no.
No, I'm messing with Home Man's Dream. That was one.
Y'all hear bumping YG? That's California music. That's what I'm talking about.
I
That's
do
why I'm not
listen to
like.
YG every
You
once
be
in a
bumping
while.
YG?
A
All
little
right.
bit.
But Absol where you draw the line. All right. So the next one is. So the next one's Chapter 10.
Hey, y'all keep making it seem like that verse is a highlight, a staple of Absol's
I thought that was
career.
one of the best verses on that whole
I
album.
fuck with it.
The
But
lyrics
anyway,
were
we're not on
alright.
that. We're on Chapter 10 now.
Chapter
No,
10.
no,
I can't wait
Chapter
to
10 was
go
ass.
on it.
you skipped the Spiteful Chain because it's not on there.
That's
Oh,
next.
yeah.
That's after Chapter 10.
What?
That's after Chapter 10 is Spiteful Chain. We're talking about Chapter 10 right now.
Chapter 10 is the 10th song. Spiteful Chant is, which should be song number 9.
Yeah, I was going to say, it says Spiteful Chance before, then it's Chapter 10.
Oh, well, it says right here. It says these songs.
No.
Because I was going
No,
as I
no,
was
no.
going. Yeah.
And, but
Either way, we can talk about them
well,
both.
Spiteful
Chapter
Chance.
10 ain't long enough.
Chapter 10 is 45 seconds. So
I said Spiteful Chant ain't it. I said that one ain't
Spiteful
it.
Chant to me
Banger.
is
I liked it.
And the feature
one of
on
the
it-
best songs on the
And
album.
the feature on it made me mad.
I have to go back and re-listen to that one, but it's like I don't really.
Why did it make you mad?
I didn't like it. It was just he
He
sounded
was a hater.
He was so loud. It was like the baby was on there. Like he was so loud. It didn't mix. It didn't mix and match the well.
Kendrick is very
That's kind of
loud.
Kendrick's thing.
No, not Kendrick. Not Kendrick. The feature on it. I don't know
Oh.
what that feature
Schoolboy
was.
Q?
Yeah, that was ass. I was
Get the
like,
fuck
this
outta
is so
here.
loud. I was like,
Get the fuck out of here.
that shit was trash.
I just can't.
All right, Keisha's song.
They're hyping up Absol's.
Exactly.
You never
You just
hyped
hyped up YG.
I didn't hype him up. I said listen to him.
Get out of here.
He said it was the best verse on the damn album.
I enjoyed Keisha's song.
Awful.
I think Keisha's song was absolutely wonderful.
Keisha's
It's
song.
one of my favorite. songs.
Once again, another one. Keisha's song is
Fire.
top 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is easy.
My top 3 are tied for first.
Second best
I
track
remember,
on the album.
I remember the first time I heard that shit. I said, "Dead in the street." Oh no!
And it's like, and it ties,
When he-
it ties into Good Kid, Mad City well with that
Yep.
Wait,
Sing for me.
which
I'm
one of my
down
favorite
for-
songs
yeah.
on the album.
Also, he puts when he like the way Kendrick knows how to make a song even more powerful. When he says like, my little sister's
I love
11th birthday or whatever, I set her down, looked her in the eyes, and pressed play.
Mhm.
I was like,
I felt that. I ain't got no
Like-
lyrics to, but I felt that. I
He
was
was
like, listen to it too.
Red was like, "Damn, me too."
Next song is Rigor Mortis, which is a,
Yeah, we
a
all
classic
agree.
Kendrick
We
song.
all
Yeah.
agree. We like that.
We all fuck with them, so they ain't really make much to talk about. I think damn near everybody knows. Rigor
Everybody out
Mortis.
here trying to wrap that whole thing in one day.
I did it yesterday. I was trying.
Right.
Sometimes
It's like,
I
do I still got it? Bitch, you never had it. Damn.
Christian Corinthians, I don't really remember that one.
That was-
I like
That was a weird one.
That one didn't stick with me at all.
That was a weird
I
one.
enjoyed it mostly because of BJ the Chicago Kid though, because I'm a very big fan of his, and I forgot he was on here.
BJ
He
Chicago
slipped
Kid
in.
he can carry a song. I'll give
Yeah,
that.
he
can carry
slipped in and
I
I
didn't
said,
know,
"Oh,
I didn't know BJ the
hi."
Chicago Kid had fans.
Yeah, but
Are you fucking kidding me? That was almost disrespectful. He's the shit.
I've never heard a song where it's like BJ Chicago Kid was the worst part about the song. He's always
but I've also never heard anybody say you hear that new BJ the Chicago Kid.
That's true.
Nobody says that.
Hey, I used to listen to.
It was just weird.
BJ the Chicago Kid.
Christian
That's what you
Corinthians
said. You
is-
said I'm one of
it's
his
a
big
weird
fans. I was like, you got fans?
Exactly.
Dang, I was so confused.
That's-
I was like, I thought that was somebody's uncle that they let just get on the track every once in a while.
No, I'm just saying just in general.
But him and Kid got a whole big thing
Oh,
together.
don't do that. That's what you're not doing.
You said somebody's uncle.
You're about to
You
get
said
jazzed.
somebody's uncle that he just laid on the
Yeah, I was
track.
gonna say Christian Corinthians just as a combo.
Next
It's
one.
weird. Just in general, just a weird combo.
Yeah,
like you
like-
smoking weed and reading the Bible. That's
Mhm.
weird to me.
That sounds like something they would do though.
I mean, that's Kendrick.
Blow
Right.
Hallelujah,
Hallelujah,
Halle Berry, Hallelujah, I'll do you. Like, that's a. What'd you say? Blow my high. It was
I
okay.
thought it was okay.
Yeah, it didn't really stick. That one didn't really stick.
Yeah.
with
I
me.
love that song. That's a classic.
I'm pretty sure like I was over there like when that song was on. Like it's cool.
Yeah, like I was like, I kind of forgot it was going until I had Ab Soul. I was like, oh, so it's a new song. That's kind of what happened. I was like,
So
oh,
the Absol woke you up.
Put me to sleep.
Y'all so mad about this kid you don't have soul.
it's the next song. Like,
Right.
Blow My Heart didn't stick with me.
Let's talk about
You already know.
Song.
Actually, we talked about it so long.
Because after
Yeah.
the song before it made me like low key zone out. I kind of zoned out.
Probably.
I was like,
That
I was
might
just
be what
like,
it was.
I'm not really feeling
See,
the
I
song. And I
like
kind of was
that,
just got, I was just like, I'd rather do something else.
Yep.
And then
Blow My Heart was
Absol
decent,
came
but
in. I was
wasn't-
like, it brought me back in again.
Blow My Heart was decent, but it wasn't enough to like to pick me back up. It was just like
Another one of those classics for me. So yeah, it got me there.
It did.
It got me
It was-
there.
it got
the
Another
job
one of
done.
those classics,
it was kind of mid for me. The next one, like we talked about Ab Soul, I'll talk for
Garbage.
45 minutes of this.
Yeah.
And so we might as well not even go any further. The next one is High Power.
I
which
love
is very
High
last
Power.
one. I love High
I
Power.
thought that was good. I did think that was good.
High power.
I'm screaming.
I rock a High Power, but like I said, it was the only issue to me is the whole point of the Ab Soul outro was to outro the album. And then it's like you threw us one more in encore, which is cool, but then it kind of like I'm waiting for another song to happen again now. It's like I'm getting ready for the next album. But it's like it just ends after that.
First of all, it was a treat.
It was a treat though, but I'm like,
I like
it
She said give us a little treat.
Okay,
But
he said
I
psych
forgot.
bitches.
He heard that. He heard that.
One more, all right, one more for you dirty
Listen,
bitches.
he heard Absol's outro and was like, look, my album can't go out like
Yeah.
that.
Literally.
You always
High power.
I doubt that's why he said
Yes,
that. I
that's
think he
right.
put him on the album because he knew he wouldn't put him on the album. But anyways,
Also, I just want to put this out here. Y'all done pissed me off so bad about this Absol thing that I came into this like, oh, this was a bad Absol verse, but like I fuck with Absol in general. Now you got me saying fuck Absol.
that nigga didn't do nothing wrong.
You do.
No, y'all did something wrong. It made me fuck. It was fuck him.
How did y'all feel about this album when it first came out versus now? Do y'all feel any different about it?
This is
Y'all
my
hear it
first
now?
time hearing it, so it was like, well,
I thought it was a
No.
classic then. I think it's a classic now.
Same.
I was more excited for it then because it was my first time hearing Kendrick, and my brother was like, "Listen to this nigga," and I was like, "Yeah, this shit's nice."
I think it's a
And
better
now
time
it's like-
than it is now.
Like now I'm like, oh, like I remember liking this song. It's more just a nostalgic thing.
Yeah, but
but
That-
if it's
that's not
good, but if
enough.
it's good,
Yeah,
good.
like-
It should, but it should translate like all through time. Then it should be always good.
I don't.
I mean, I
that's
think
what I'm
it's
saying.
good. I think
said
it's
it was
good
nostalgic,
still.
That-
not a timeless classic.
That's why I wouldn't say it's a classic album. It's a good album. It's not a classic album to me because it doesn't. I don't think it'll hold weight in. Well, it's been 10 years now, basically.
And it
But-
still holds weight.
But that's
I don't
what
think
the
it's
classic
the same
album
way.
is though. If it's you
I don't
listen to it
think
then,
it's
you
the
like,
same
damn,
way.
it's a good album. You listen to it now, like, damn, it's still a good album.
You
Like,
didn't say.
But you
some
said
of
you
his,
just said you didn't listen
No,
to
no,
it.
most
I'm
highlighted
saying-
songs are on this album.
no, I'm saying, but he just said it just now. He said he wasn't feeling it. He said he wasn't feeling it now.
That's my thing. I'm like,
What you're
it's
saying-
cool, but like I said,
That's
I
one of-
remember.
I
That's
never
one
heard
of
it.
the
It's my
four,
first time hearing it. I wasn't feeling it for.
It was my.
But you're also
You
we're
can't
also
use
not.
you can't use him though, because that's one of four. Like
No, that's far. I'm just
Like,
saying, but
that's it.
I heard it myself too. I'm like, hey, I heard it too. I was like, nah.
But I don't. But here's the thing. Not to like discredit that, but like if you're to me, if we're going to judge an album 10 years after it came out, you can't say it's not a classic because you didn't listen to it in the time
Yeah.
period.
Because-
You weren't in the era of listening
I
to
can
it
still,
then.
no, that's fine. But I can still,
This would just be how he feels about it now. Like,
No, I'm saying,
No, that's
but
fine. I'm just
no,
saying that he can't say it's not a classic. To me.
No, but I'm saying, but even if though I've listened, I've gone back and listened to old albums I've never heard before. I was like, this is fire. Like I still put myself in the mindset like, okay, like this is like
That-
it's back in 2010.
'Cause even-
So I still talk like some of the bars. I'm like, okay, I got to give it some leeway because a lot of people use these bars since then. So I can still do that.
That's one thing you can compare this because with the time period of then and now, you know the body of work he has. You know he has good chemistry. You know he has all these other things coming up. But I think this doesn't be like this isn't the one I would be like, okay, this is the like one of the classic albums because I don't just go back and be like, this is the one I refer to. this is the one I would refer everybody that's never heard Kendrick Lamar to, unless it was like during that time period and you're just not hearing Kendrick Lamar, you're like, okay, this is a great rapper. Like he can really do his thing. But then when you hear the rest of it, I think it kind of drowns this album out a bit.
I think I might. I think that if someone's like, I've never heard Kendrick, I'd be like, well, we gotta kind of start from the beginning for you.
Yeah, that's
like,
what I was just about to say.
Yeah, like I think that I would
want someone to be introduced to Kendrick Lamar, listen to Damn, and then go back to the beginning and be like, yeah, this shit's fucking garbage.
Yeah.
It's like you don't really know.
Thank you.
I agree.
But
I
if
agree.
the
with
album is
that.
good, you can still jump around still. That's what I'm
Not
saying. If the
necessarily.
album is good,
I
you
agree
can
with
jump
that.
out like, okay, this
because
is still good.
thing is, a lot of people, it's like, I wouldn't introduce today's kids to this album to be the first album you listen to by Kendrick, because today's kids don't like this type of music. Today's kids don't be like,
I
I'm looking
wouldn't
for the
introduce
lyrical
them to
boom bap.
Kendrick.
I mean,
if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
And
that's
the same,
true.
but if I had to, I'm not choosing this album.
They be saying shit like Polo G is good.
Yeah, because
I can listen to
I
that.
think it's listening to like Lil Baby and all these people, and it's like you're not really looking for everything he's saying. I wouldn't recommend this album because this is about what he's saying. This is
Yeah.
poetry.
I'm
This is
saying,
So
story.
before I
you
introduce
said,
Kendrick,
I've been thinking about listening to Kendrick Lamar. Where should I start? I would definitely tell him to start here. I wouldn't tell him to start at Good Kid, Mad City, because I feel like there's a lot of growth between here and then that they would have to see.
And also there's tiebacks from
Exactly.
Good Kid, Mad City to Section 80.
Yeah,
It's Good Kid, Mad City to me is the sequel
Yeah.
to Section 80.
damn near.
Yeah, but there's some movies that are better.
'Cause it is.
Like
It's
Terminator
just-
2.
From Section 80 to Good Kid, Mad
You
City.
still got that.
yeah, I would
But
definitely.
are you gonna tell them to watch Terminator 2 and just fuck Terminator 1 because
Yeah.
it's a better
No, I'm
movie?
saying, but you can. No, I'm saying that. But if you watch Terminator 1, be like, that movie was okay. You watch Terminator 2, like, that shit was fire.
That's fine.
That's how
That's not,
Star
that, we didn't say. We
Wars.
didn't
The first
say.
trilogy is okay, and then the rest is fire. But you.
I was saying
I
we
got
didn't
that.
say we didn't say that Good Kid, Mad City is not or is better or isn't better. We're saying that to listen.
No,
to
no,
Good
no.
Kid, Mad City, you should
I
listen to
get
this
what you're
first.
saying. No, I get what you're saying. I'm just saying there are sequels that are better. And that one is, in my opinion, 100 times better.
That's fine.
Yeah, like.
So
That's like what we're arguing. Like,
wrapping this all up and how we all feel about it, we all kind of have our general reviews. Everybody's is different, as you can see. We all kind of have different things, different memories. Like I said, I think it's a solid album. I just wouldn't put it as a classic. That's my only thing. I just wouldn't say it's a classic. But I would say it's a great album. It's a good Kendrick album.
The smooth 8 for me.
it's an 8. It's a classic.
All right, well, that's everything. Then we'll see you on the next episode of the Jukebox then.
It's just fire. Look at it. Look at the center.